Today I will talk about the currently status and future of department store in Australia. I'm going to forecasting the future of department store in Australia depend on the Woolworths because Woolworths Limited is a major Australian company with extensive retail interests throughout Australia and New Zealand. Woolworths Limited is the largest takeaway liquor retailer in Australia and also the largest hotel and gaming poker machine operator in Australia and was the 19th largest retailer in the world in 2008. This table below shows the financial result of Woolworths. I'm calculate some margin, growth rates and ratios in 2006, which can help us to forecasting the Woolworths. In this ratios, we can find net profit margin, revenue percent change, EPS 5 years growth, return on average equity, and the return on average assets are negative. According to this result, we believe that the Australian department store is under significant pressure from consumer-based forces such as increasing diverse customer segments, the race of digital generation and non-stop customer journey. In future, traditional department store have to make some change. First, in the digital age of department store supply chains functions from procurement to execution directly impact to the customer experience. By investing in analytics and data, department store retailers will give some supply chain managers deeper and fluid insights that they require to make decisive action. Then, as global barrier decrease, department stores are likely to outsource key business operations such as information system, supply chain management, and procurement for cost efficiencies and to maximize flexibility. Finally, the internet has changed the nature of retail competition not only by bringing far more competitors into the market, but also by changing the role of consumers. Many traditional retail services can now be easily carried out by consumers over the internet. People can use their computers, smartphones, and other mobile devices to compare the price and feature of dozens of goods from hundreds of retailers across the world and then arrange home delivery.
So the second point is the factors may affect the development of retail industry. First is environmental awareness. The rise in environmental awareness has been relatively important to understand in accordance with making their consumers feel better when they purchase. Recently, the use of recycled materials has increased as many retailers are considering for environmental awareness and offering products which produced by recycled materials. Second is senior population. As the senior population is growing, this will influence the retail industry. The population of age 65 and over increased from 12% to 15.3%, and the proportion of people aged 85 years and over almost doubled from 1.1% of the total population in 1996 to 2% in 2016. It will be a good idea to promotion to seniors, especially offering the high quality of customer service and high quality goods will be helpful. The third point is social medias. The influence of social media affects a lot of retail industries. Social media such as Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram are a convenient way for retailers to reach target audiences. Retailers advertise on the social medias to advertise sales, free shipping, and new product lines. This is easy and inexpensive. Fourth is online shopping. Online shopping mall has not yet made department store obsolete, but it has had an impact on how retailers sell products. Many retailers operate websites which consumer can purchase products and making recommendations based on their past purchases. Also, the website contains customer support in the form of online chat. The fifth one is services. As most of retailers are selling similar products, they need to compete in the services. These services strategies will encourage buyer loyalty and repeat sales. The services are such as free shipping or free returns. The last one is consumer preferences. The preferences of consumers shift and often unpredictable. For example, a celebrity wore a specific company's jacket. Consumers will most likely be looking for that specific jacket which a celebrity put on. Therefore, retail industries should always look ahead of the consumer trend, keep researching for it, and be fast.
I'm Mengzhizhou and my student ID is 1291977. I'm going to discuss the future of Australian retail industry. According to the figure 1 retrieved from the textbook, the sales turnover in retail industry grows mostly during 2002 to 2013, except the seasonal fluctuation in every November. And the figure 2 retrieved from ABS also reported that the retail turnover increased stably from 2014 to 2016. Although the industry is keeping growing, the growth rate is very low at nearly 0.3% per annum. There is no significant policy newly published on the retail sector, so based on the information provided by Figure 1 and 2, I predict that the retail industry will keep smooth growing in the short future. There are 4 strategies that can be adopted to meet the change of consumption pattern of customers. First, it can be seen that since 2012, the Reserve Bank of Australia kept decreasing the cash rate. Thus, the interest rate decreased. It is said that the RBA always attempts to promote the development of retail industry and hope that it can supplement the economic gap caused by the recession of the booming mining industry, which was rising at the beginning of the 21st century. If the interest rate decreases, it will encourage people to spend money or make investment instead of saving in a bank. This can benefit the retail industry partially, but it's not suitable for long term. Second, the revenue of department store depends on 2 parts: sales and expenses. The cost of labor is usually higher in developed countries such as Australia. To lower the labor cost, managers can reduce labor number and import machines to take place of human work. This approach may be costly, but it's worth it for long term. From other perspectives, if stores can reduce the number of employees, the denominator will decrease and the earning per employee will increase. Third, popularizing brands can also be a good approach, which means import some cheaper brands. Many department stores provide medium to high-grade products, which are more suitable for rich and middle-aged people. There is a successful example, Broadway Shopping Centre, which was the top 1 department store in Australia in 2015. This store didn't import any luxury brands until July 2015. Therefore, almost every customer has the ability to consume. It is researched that any minute a customer stays in the store will bring a consumption of 32 cents. Fourth, there is a common way to create a fake discount. The managers can consult with vendors, then increase the price and provide a reasonable discount. It's a tricky, but it's legal. This strategy is only feasible for small brands because large brands usually have unified prices and cannot optionally change the price. A research demonstrated that in most cases, customers are not unsatisfied with the price, they just want the process of bargaining. In consumer psychology, when the final prices are same, consumers prefer the price posted higher but with a discount than the original lower price. Because with or without the discount, the goods will be sold at the same price, so the discount is called fake discount. That's all our presentation. Thank you for your listening.